Hi, this is Jay from Storage Rack Solutions. Thank you very much for buying your Rack-in-the-Box poly recycled 2-rack. And I wanted to show you, this is what we're going to be assembling today. And this is what it looks like all assembled. So you see, 2 arms, the pads, even the rope tether. Wanted to show you how that worked. That's going to tether your craft on. You just tie it around the top arm and it's going to come down around that hole in the bottom. Okay, so let's get to it. So when you receive your 2-rack, it's going to come in a box. You've opened up the box and you found our little link to the video, which is on the piece of paper. And this is our little kit that has the rope and all the screws we're going to need to assemble the 2-rack. So I've divided this into 2 sides. When you open your box, you're going to see that some of the parts are labeled A, B, C, and D, and some of the parts are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Numbers and letters. So the first thing I want you to do is divide that, okay? So on this side, I have A, B, C, and D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason for that is there's a left and a right side to the rack, so that's important. I'm going to assemble just one side. I'm going to take my time to show you how it's done, and then after, you're going to copy everything I've done on the opposite side. Pretty straightforward. So first things we're going to do here, let's take these 2. These are the feet. You can see on the picture, or in the rack behind us here. Those are the feet. Let's just get those out of the way. Set those here. Okay. Just to show you, that's going to be one side. And this is going to be the other side. So this is the A, B, C, D side, 1, 2, 3, 4 side. Our bottom arm, our top arm. Okay? And everything is labeled, just to show you. A on the back, right? When we flip this onto its side, B is going to be right down here. You see that? And on the back of that leg, B. Everywhere we have a letter or a number, you want to match that B with this B. Okay? So let's do that. Set this stuff aside here. These are our 4 pads for later. Okay. So B on the back of that, lining up with the B of that. Now you notice too, I'm doing this on a flat surface, and my opinion is it works much better on a flat surface. Kitchen table, a picnic table, a workbench, on the flat deck or dock. If you don't have that, and you want to work with somebody else, you can assemble this vertically with the help of somebody else to hold the parts in place, okay? There we go. So there's the bottom arm. Here's C, and C is right at the top here. The nice thing with C is, see this flat surface? We just want to line that flat surface up and just slide it in until it hits the backer. That's it right there, okay? Okay, let's open up our little pouch. So that's what we're doing. Pretty straightforward. You've probably already looked at this, but this gives you the links to this video. Also our warranty, some little tips about setting it up and assembly, and also what is included in the box. Now, we always add a couple extra screws just in case, okay? So don't be alarmed at the end if you have an extra screw or 2. That's the reason why. Okay, so let's divide these screws. There's 2 different size screws. So we got our 2.5s and our shorter 1.5s. Okay, so let's divide those into 2 piles. You notice too, actually these ones here are just a slightly different shade, so it makes it a bit easier. So there we go, okay? So 10 of these, I think we threw an extra one in there, so 11. 20 of those, we have an extra one in there, 21, okay? So all these long ones are the ones we're going to use to secure the back to the arm. So let's start with that. And also, I want to show you this. This is a square number 2 bit. And you might be able to see the end of that. You see the square pattern? It's called a Robinson number 2 square bit. Okay? And you just need a drill. That's it. Okay. If you come around the back and see, everything is pre-drilled. You see the holes there? Straightforward. Now, one thing I want to show you though, this is pre-drilled, but this is not pre-drilled. The reason for this is we want that screw to go into this fresh recycled material and grab hold and secure it really strong. That's the reason why. So let me show you a little tip on how to do this. We're going to start the screw first. Okay, and just before we're going to hit that material, we want to hang on to this real tight, and we want to use some force to drive it into that raw material. And at the very end, a little snug up. If you come around here, Jeff, watch, see this little gap? There's a little bit of a gap there. Watch this. As soon as I snug up, just gently, don't go too hard with the drill. Watch. Boom. See how it tightened that right up? Now we'll do this one and tighten that one up. You don't want to over tighten. So start slow. And right at the very end, with a little bit of force, tight. Look at how strong that is. That's how you want to do that. Okay, so there's the two long ones there. We're going to do two long ones in the top. Start it slow, make sure everything's seated nicely, sitting against the backer. Okay, here we go. And a little snug up at the end. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, now the little short guys, the little short screws. We're going to do these right here. Again, just snug them in. Don't over tighten them. There. Perfect. Up here. Two of them right here. Now I want to tell you a story about this. I know we take this for granted. We work with these drills every day making our racks, and I know some of you, maybe this isn't as familiar to you, so take your time. And one thing, it sounds, you know, like this may never happen, but it can happen. And I got a call. There was a lady who bought a rack from us, and she was getting ready to assemble it. And she tried really hard to put one of these screws in. And what she experienced was essentially this. It wouldn't go in. It wouldn't penetrate into the raw material. And she thought, wow, there must be something wrong with the material. So she called this is a real story, she called a brain surgeon friend to come over to help, thinking, you know, he's an intelligent man and works with tools in the surgery room. He must know something that she doesn't know. So he came over, tried the exact same thing, put the screw in place to do the first screw, and just spun, and the screw got so hot that he burnt his finger. They called saying that there must be something wrong with the material, and that, you know, any advice, or are they doing something wrong? Well, I right away knew that the drill was in reverse. So the whole time the screw was spinning backwards, heating up, and wouldn't penetrate. So a simple thing, just make sure your drill's in forward so it grabs that material and bites itself in. So again, it sounds crazy, but it can happen. Just a simple little thing like that. So I wanted to share that story. Now, one more thing. So we've got all these in. There's one last thing that I need to do here is see this one hole right here. This is very important. That 45-degree support ends up holding that arm in place. So the easiest way I find to do this one is let's put this right up onto its side, like that. Make sure this is lined up. And you'll notice, see how it pushed it away a little bit when it grabbed that new material? Just take your time and just finesse it so it tightens itself up. So watch it tighten up. Perfect. Okay, so one more step. So we got the rack all assembled. Let's put this rack up onto its side like this. Now we need to put the little foot on, which is simple. So right here is D. So we're going to get number D, or letter D. Number D. So we're going to put that and match it up with this one. So we're going through here, like that. And that wedges on nice and tight. Perfect. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're using the short screws on that. Again, pinch it real tight. See how I slow down a little at the end just to finesse it in? Okay, that's it. Let's take a look and see how we did. Ta-da! Now, the only thing left is to slip these little pads on. Basically like a pool noodle with a slit. You can set that right on there. Offers a little bit of padding to your craft. And of course you've got the rope in there to do your tether over the top. So this is A, B, C, D side. We're going to repeat the exact same thing with 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd also like to say, thank you very, very much for supporting small business. Jeff and I run this small company. We're very passionate about what we do. And we've been in the paddle sport industry for over 20 years now. And we really, really appreciate the business. And if you have any troubles, we're here for you. If you want to call, email us, we're available 24/7. And it's not too often in these days where you can call and get the owner of the company on the phone, and we're happy to chat with you guys. And another thing that really helps us would be to give us your feedback and comments about our product. And reviews really, really help small businesses like Jeff and ours. So if you bought this off of our website, we appreciate it. Send us a little review would be great. If you bought it off of Amazon, please review our product and give us a great review. And that really, really helps. So thank you very, very much, and happy paddling.